Alright, we're going to start a series of videos on how to develop a perfect body in 30 minutes a day. Now anybody can be a 10. And I wrote this book way back in the 1980s, in the 1980s, and what makes it unique is that nothing has changed. There's new exercises, there's new machines, but all the exercises that you're going to see work. And I want to point out that I'm 62 years old and I look better than 99% of the people in the country. I don't care if they're 20, 30, or 40 years old, I look better than them. So I know what I'm talking about when I tell you you can develop a perfect body and you can keep it for life. So these are the basic exercises that you should do if you're going to have a perfect body. The first one is you really need to have a nice chest. You really need to firm and tighten your chest. And these exercises can be done for men and women. You can do the chest with a nice flat bench press. I want you to lay on the flat bench press and you're going to support the weight above you. And I want your arms to be out there about twice as wide as your shoulders. I do not want my arms in close. I don't want them in, very, very tight to my body because that can make that builds a totally different chest muscle. I want them out wide. And the same thing with ladies, you want them out wide. And I've always liked to do it when I'm doing chest to have a partner to spot me. Even if you're doing a light weight, you want to make sure you have a partner to spot you. You're going to bring the weight down slowly, touch it to your chest, exhale, and push it back up. You want to do this 2 to 3 sets of 6 to 8 times. Now there's no need to go super heavy. So many people want to see if they can bench press 300, 400 pounds and all that. There's really no need to go heavy. But there is a way to do it. I like to do a warm-up. It's very important to develop the size of your strength that you do more than one set of these exercises. So on a lady, you're going to drop it to the bottom above your chest, or you're going to drop it below your bust. You don't want to drop it right in the middle of your bust. You can hurt yourself. On a man, you're going to drop it right into the middle of your chest. I want you to do at least 3 sets. And in the first set, you're going to do a very lightweight, something that you can do easily 10 to 12 times. Okay, and then I don't want you to rest more than really 30 seconds to a minute and a half, and you're going to go to the second set. On the second set, you're going to do a medium weight, something that you can only do 6 to 8 times, generally 6 times. And you're going to rest no more than a minute and a half, and you're going to go to your third set. And on the third set, we're going to do something that we can only do 2 to 3 times. And we're going to do 3 sets of those. And you're only going to do that 2 to 3 times. And so you're going to rest more. I want you to rest about a minute to 2 minutes between this set. So you've gone very light, medium, very heavy. And you're only doing it light. Then you want to come down and do a nice little cool down where you come down and do the first of the medium weight a good 10 to 12 times. You want to make sure you got a weight that's comfortable to you, that you don't have to cheat, you don't have to arch your back on. That's a bench press. You should do it every time you work out, or at least 3 days a week when you're working your body, because you don't want to work your same body part 5 days in a row. So you want to. I like to work my chest and my shoulders, and maybe my triceps on the same day, and then the next day work my back, my lats, and my legs, and then I go back and forth. And every 3 days I'll take a day off. Now here's the incline press, and there's 2 ways you can do this. You can do it with a dumbbell, or you can do it with a barbell. Here's the incline press with dumbbells. And I really like the dumbbells because it allows you to go a lot deeper. You can let the dumbbells really stretch you out to the side and give you a much bigger stretch and give you a lot more momentum and give you a lot more building of your chest. You're going to bring them out to the side, take a deep breath, and then you're going to blow out and exhale as you or push the weights up as you're blowing out to above your chest. You want to touch them together right above your eyes. You want to keep them his arms is fully extended, and you want to keep them balanced. So you don't want to use a heavy weight that you can't keep them balanced. And too many people, when they're doing the dumbbells, lean too much forward with the dumbbells, and that's not the proper way to do it, and you're going to get off balance and you could hurt yourself. So you want to go straight up right above your eyes. Do 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. And don't rest more than 2 minutes, a minute and a half, and go to your next chest exercise. These are dips. You can build your chest and make it one of the biggest in the gym by only doing dips. Not only can I build my chest, I can build my shoulders. So if you didn't have the money to go to a gym, or if you didn't have money for a health club membership, or didn't even have the money for a bench press, you could get a dipping bar, which wouldn't cost you $50, and you can do dips. And you can do them until you puke. And you can do them, where your feet touch the ground and help push you up. You can do them where you're all the way suspended in the air. You can do them at the machine at the gym that actually helps you with a different assisted weight and stuff. And you can do those, and you can build your chest and make it look great. You can make your shoulders look great, and you'll never have to do a bench press in your life. You'll never have to lift a dumbbell in your life. You can do this at home with simply a dipping bar, and you'll get fantastic results. I want you to do 4 sets minimum of the dips. Rest about a minute to minute and a half in between the sets, but I want you to do as many as you can. I don't want you to just do 8 or 10. I want you to do, if you can do 10, that's fine. If you can do 15, that's fine. If you can do 20, that's fine. Where all the building is going to come, where all the muscle is going to grow, is whenever you get one more. When you can't do another, squeeze one more rep out. When you just feel completely exhausted, squeeze one more rep. And boy, this will really make your chest look great, and it'll really build your triceps, and it'll really build your shoulders. So you're getting 3 exercises for 1. So, and it's also helping your core. So I really recommend you do as many dips as you can, as often as you can, and you'll really get some great results. Now these are flies, and we're going to do these laying on a flat bench, and you can do them with dumbbells, or you can do them with you have to do them with dumbbells. Obviously, you can't do flies with a barbell. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to take them out to the side, and you can bring your arms up, and you can go out to the side, or you can bring them up and get them down, and then stretch out. The whole thing is that what you're doing is that you're stretching your pecs out when you get to the bottom. You're really stretching those pecs out when you get down to the bottom. And when I do that, I'm really getting a lot of benefit in my chest. And as you see here, I'm going below my chest with my elbows. And I can't do this unless I'm on a bench. So I can't get this super stretch for my chest unless I'm on a bench. So I go up high, and I take a very deep breath and slowly lower them to my side and stretch my arms out. I really want to feel that stretch. I really want to feel it pulling my chest. Then I blow and I come back up. And I want you to do this at least 6 to 8 to 10 times. If you just did flies and dips, you could build a great chest, and you could look great, and you'd never have to do a bench press in your life. So let's go to the next exercise, the legs. You know, you got to have good legs, and you got to build your legs by doing various exercises. And one of them is the squat. Now, I don't advocate doing a big, heavy squat. And I usually don't like the bar on my back, but if that's the only thing you got and you don't have a hack squat machine or a machine you can lay on your back, then you can put the bar up on your shoulders. But it's important that you keep your back straight and you keep your head pointed up. And then I don't really want to do a lot of weight. You can get just the same amount of great benefit if you will simply do a lighter weight a lot of times. You can, when you're building that super heavy weight, it's making you stronger and all that, but it's putting a terrific amount of pressure on your spine. So although the squats are an important exercise, if there's an alternative, if you can get on a sled, or if you can lay on your back and push them straight up, it's much better for your back. However, if you do a squat with a light weight, it's not going to hurt your back as long as you keep your back straight and look up when you go down. You only want to go down right to about 90 degrees. And what we're doing here, if you don't have a spotter here, I'm doing it right over a bench. So there I'm protecting myself. So I'm going down and touching my butt to that bench. That way I don't have to worry about collapsing all the way down to the floor and hurting myself. You want to do 4 to 8 reps with each squat and rest about a minute to a minute and a half, and then go on to your next leg exercise. Now this is a much harder leg exercise, and you're doing it without any weights. And you can do it with a partner, or you can hold on to a bar or a bench or a table or something. And you're trying to do a one-legged squat. This is very hard on the knees, so if you don't have good knees, I don't want you doing this, but it shouldn't be a big problem if you do have good, strong knees. You're going to squat down as far as you can comfortably with only one leg. Your partner can help you, and if your partner's helping you, they can also help lift up on you as you're coming up. But you want to squat down as far as you can comfortably. You can go all the way to 90 degrees. Don't go all the way to the ground. That puts too much strain on your knees. But squat down as far as you can comfortably with one leg. And let me tell you, if you can just do one of those, you've done great. So if you can't do one, just go down halfway and build it up. Now here I am going way down low, folks. And when you go down that low and my hand is out, it takes a lot of strength to push it back up. So if I can cheat, if I'm doing it even by myself, by holding onto that bench and using my arm to help me pull me back up. You know, the great Troy Dorsey, the kickboxing and world boxing champion, he can do 20 of these one-legged squats with just his arm straight out. And man, that's always impressive. Here's the ladies doing it, and I'm helping her. So when she gets down that far, I can actually help lift her back up. You don't have to just let them stay down there and try and get up strictly with their leg muscles. You can help pull them up. Or if I'm holding on to a bench, I can actually hold over onto that bench and help lift myself back up. So I think a one-legged squat's a great little exercise. Make sure that it's not hurting your knees, and you want to have something that can help you and support you. Let's go to our next leg exercise. This is the calf raise. Now a lot of the health clubs now have a calf machine. Remember, I did this back in the 80s when they didn't have all these fancy machines. And you know why they have all these fancy machines? It's primarily for safety reasons. People get hurt with free weights. They drop them. They drop them on their hand. They hurt somebody. They fall off. So the machines are really the same thing as this dumbbell, but you don't have to worry about dropping the machines because they're protected. You don't put your fingers underneath that. So it's a liability thing. It's not that they're so much better. There's not that great of improvement. It's liability more so. So here we have the bar on our back, and we're going to just raise up on our calves. You're just going to sit there, put that bar on your back, and you're going to just get up on your toes. Sit there, get that bar on your back, and just get up on your toes. And that's really feels good. And you can't do that many of those, but you can do them till you just calves burn, and you just can't take it anymore. You're coming up and down, up and down. Do 10, 12, 15. You'll really feel it, and you'll really help build those calves. Here's what it looks like. I'm going all the way up on my toes, and I'm flexing those calf muscles. And it'll actually make a little horseshoe shape when you're doing it right. Your calves will just curl up, and they'll make it like a little horseshoe in there, and that means it's working. And if you ladies want to have nice looking legs, you need to do calf raises. So many ladies are just doing lunges. That their trainers are, that's really popular now. They're just putting that dumbbells in their hand, they're lunging forward. That's great. It ain't building your calves. It's not helping your calves. Getting up on your toes and doing calf raises, even if you don't have a weight, it's going to make your calves look pretty. And all the ladies want to have pretty calves that look good in their heels and stuff. And so doing the calf raises is a great way to do it. Do 3 to 4 sets, 6 to 8 to 10 times, just as many as you can with the calf. Now we're going to go to build our shoulders. The shoulders are very important. And it's very important that when you're doing the shoulder press, you do not lift the weight with your back. Here I am getting ready to use a dumbbell to do the shoulder press. And as you can see there, I have my legs completely bent. They're completely flat, and my head is pointed up. So I'm a very good square position there. I'm 90 degrees to the floor. And from there, I'm going to lift straight up and throw the weight up to my chest. Now my hands are just a little bit wider than shoulder width. Just a little bit wider than shoulder width. I'm going to rest it right there on top of my shoulders and on top of my collarbone. So it's very comfortable right there, and you can rest it. The big Olympic weightlifters that are doing 300 and 400 and 500 pounds with a barbell, they're resting it. They have a huge, big chest, and they're resting that barbell right there. So you're going to take it from there, and you're going to take a deep breath, and you're going to push it up. Push it up and then bring it back down. This is a lightweight. You'll get great benefits by doing a dumbbell with the shoulder press and a lightweight. You don't have to do it, 200 pounds. It's not any good to do that. It doesn't really help you to make your shoulders that better. If they're just pumping it up makes them feel good. And you want to do this, 10, 12, 14 times. You can do it in front of your body. And as you get stronger, you can you can bring the barbell down behind your neck. Same thing for the ladies. Not only are they working their shoulders when they do this, but because they're squatting down to the ground, they're also working their legs and they're strengthening their back. So she's squatting down, getting the barbell, bringing it up to her shoulders, resting it there, and then pressing it over her head. And then she's going to bring it back down to her chest. I've seen so many guys, you see in the Olympics, they throw the weight down. That's because they just picked up 300 or 400 pounds, folks. You're not picking 300 or 400 pounds up in the gym, so don't throw the barbell down. You'll get kicked out of the gym and you could hurt yourself. This is a great exercise that will really help build your shoulders, and it's called the shoulder shrugs. You're going to take an Olympic bar, or you could even take dumbbells, and you're going to hold them down there by your sides, and you're going to roll your shoulders up. You're going to roll them up, and then you're going to pull them backwards. You're going to roll them up, and then you're going to pull them backwards. Then you're going to roll them backwards and roll them forward. So you want to go forward with this exercise. You want to go backwards with this exercise. And boy, you really feel it. You can really feel it as you roll up and twist it over, and as you roll back and twist it over. It really does pump you up, and really does. It builds your shoulders. It builds your delts. It's a great exercise. You don't see many people doing it anymore. I don't know why. It works. I've been doing it for 40 years, and it's keeping my shoulders looking great. Shoulder shrugs are a great little exercise. It's going to really help tighten and make your shoulders look good. So do it. When you go to the gym, get you some dumbbells or get you a barbell. Most gyms don't have a barbell, have the barbells as much anymore. So pick you up some dumbbells that weigh 30, 40 pounds or 50 or whatever you can handle comfortably, and you're going to shrug your shoulders backwards. Shrug it backwards. Just roll it up and lift it and shrug it. Then you're going to shrug them forward, shrug them forward, shrug them forward. Do that 6 to 8 times in each direction, and you really, really will feel it in your shoulders. And it's really going to build your shoulders, and it's really going to build your delts.